If you just now tuning in, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the bell. GMS fam, the green room. Let's talk about it. Hey, yo, GMS fam, the green room, welcome back. I know. It's another day. I know sometimes we take some breaks. My foot has been on the gas, and we gotta talk about some shit, man. We gotta talk about it today, all right? You know we started every show with peace, love, positive energy, good vibes, passing it forward, hoping that you pass it along as well. GMS fam, the green room, excuse me. Welcome back to the GMS show. We got some things to discuss, man. And I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna hold y'all long today because all I got is a point to prove, and I'm gonna prove it today. Now, for those who don't know, first and foremost, shout out to the GMS fam, man. Shout out to y'all for pulling up expeditiously. Samajin's in the building. King Lukey, Toke Champs, Black Hippie Ricky is in the building. What's going on, y'all? Make sure y'all tap in to that live chat. Let me know you are in here. All right, man. Okay, let's get to it. Let's just get to it, man. So, Kim Kardashian. This is very interesting, man. I want to know if y'all remember this, man. So, around the time last year when Kanye was going through it, some things were happening on the internet where people were just contributing it to him and his mental health, and oh, he's going crazy. Oh, he must be abusing or verbally abusing Kim. He must be doing the extra shit. Listen, man, there were so many people at that time trying to tell y'all that Kanye was right, regardless of how y'all feel about his rants and his mental health. But people didn't want to listen, man. And the one thing, it was Kanye could talk about Adidas. He could talk about Yeezy. He could talk about the money that he's put into his brands and all types of shit. I don't give a fuck about none of that. But when he speaks on talking about him as a father and his kids and the things that he would like to see or he would want out of his family or out of his kids, people try to dismiss that. And it was easy for them to dismiss because of his possible mental issues. Now, here we are at a point where a couple months back, some things happened on the internet that sent social media on a frenzy because it was the assumption that Kim was the one that spearheaded this event. Now, if you don't recall, I'm going to play a little clip from last year of Kanye speaking on a certain app that he didn't want his daughter to be a part of. That app being TikTok. And I'm going to give you a couple more reasons why it's a bad place for a child that's 9 years old, 8, 7, even 10, 11, 12, 13. But here's Kanye expressing how he feels about his daughter on social media. Watch this.
Just got off the phone with Kim. I told her to stop antagonizing me with this TikTok thing. I said it's never again. I am her father. I know y'all don't respect fathers and the idea of family, and media tries to promote something. I said I am not allowing my daughter to be used by TikTok, to be used by Disney. I have a say-so. And then when people say, oh, they're going to use this for you in court, I didn't have a say-so on whether or not they went to Sierra Canyon. Most men do not, there's no such thing as 50-50 custody with in society today. That's not even, it always leans towards the mom. But right now, and I'm happy that you guys got to see just a small piece of what I dealt with. You understand what I'm saying?
Now, Kanye had those feelings last year. Fast forward, typical thing that a lot of bitter baby moms do. They like to actively go against what the father wants because they just simply don't like the father. Not because he's not a good father to his kids, but because they hold some resentment and feel like he shouldn't have any say. And it's much easier for her to do so because she can use the excuse of, well, Kanye's crazy, or Kanye has mental issues, or Kanye doesn't know what he's talking about some of the time. So what happened was, about 3 months back,
he said I'm good enough.
Can't play the music because YouTube will get us out of here. But a couple months back, here is his daughter doing exactly what Kanye was against on TikTok. But this time, she was dressed up as Ice Spice, doing dances and rapping to Ice Spice music. Now, I'm not going to play the other video because the other video, I went back because I talked about this when it happened, and I played the TikTok videos. I almost wish I didn't because it just looks wrong. It just really looks wrong. And North was doing a little too much as a 9-year-old, dancing and rapping to Ice Spice with her little friends. It does not look right. 9-year-old girls should not be doing that, right? And a lot of the reason why is because TikTok isn't just a place for little kids to go explore. It's not the Chinese version of TikTok where they teach little kids things that are important that they should know when they get older. No, it's full of thought behavior. It's full of stupidity. And it's full of pedos. That's just the truth of it all. TikTok has community guidelines that are strict only when it has content that doesn't go against their actual community guidelines. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. So I knew from that point, like I knew from as soon as Kanye said something about this app, I knew where he was coming from with it. And then here we are at this point. So when that happened, I spoke on this. I said, yo, this is ridiculous. This is crazy. Do y'all not understand how dumb it is for a mother to allow her kid to do that? And we saw excuses everywhere. We're seeing different people talking about, ooh, look at North, she killed that, or oh man, look at her, she in her bag. Look, she crazy, or the North really did her thing. There were people cheering this on, thinking that this is something. And matter of fact, I got to see how many people thought it was normal for a 9-year-old to pretend to be a grown-ass woman who shakes ass and pats her pussy on a daily. But that was just me. Maybe I was like, hold on, I'm not letting up off this point because, for one, I have a daughter who is the same age as Kanye and Kim's daughter. Do you think I would allow my child to dress up as Ice Spice or Cardi B or Nicki Minaj or Meg Thee Stallion or any of these people and try to pretend to be like them? No, for one, it's not Halloween. Second of all, this is a young ass child. She is not grown. And there's nothing, and I specifically said this, there is nothing lyrical from these grown ass women that they talk about and rap about that can relate to a 10, 9, 8, 11, 12-year-old child at all. So dressing up like them is way, way, way overboard. Now, I had some people that came back at me. I had some people that tried to defend this point. Some motherfuckers. I want to call this motherfucker out by name so bad. But I don't even want to give him enough shine. I'm just going to say this. You hoe ass nigga. You know who you are. You a bitch. This nigga was trying to go at me for my point on this subject. How do you know this? Or are you dictating what a woman does and you're just this and that? Even as far as insinuating that I was projecting some type of, I don't know, sick wishes or fantasy or something because I was so against it. I don't know what he was trying to say, but this guy ended up blocking me and all types of shit because I wouldn't let up off my point about how wrong this was. Fast forward. Hey guys, you want to see something? I don't even have to say it. I'll just play it.
This music they want to plug in and listen to on the way to school, and North was listening to Ice Spice. And I didn't know who that was at the time. And I was like, this is the moment where I feel really old, where my daughter is now teaching me what's cool. I then had the idea to put her in a Skims campaign. So that all came through North and what she liked. I think it's always tough when you're co-parenting and someone wants something and someone doesn't. I would say the Ice Spice videos, she said, Mommy, can I post this? I was out of town, so I had my nanny was there and allowed it. And then as soon as I saw the words and everything, I was like, oh, no, we're taking this down. She was totally understood.
Sounds like a real mom, by the way. Oh, my God. She is top tier mothering right there. Top tier mothering. Let's have the nanny make a crucial decision to allow your daughter to dress up like another grown-ass woman who displays thought behavior and have her post a TikTok dressed as her doing subjective dances, turn around showing her backside. Yeah, Kim, great job. You out of town. You can't oversee this. Let's let the nanny make that decision. So smart. Great mothering. You're a great mother. Happy Mother's Day, Kim.
So I think that's the trial and error sometimes. And, and then I saw on the internet, it's like, Kanye was right. And maybe he was, in that instance. But in the creative side, where she loves making slime videos and doing her little hair tutorials, I will fight for her to be creative in those.
Shut your ass up. None of her slime or hair videos were going viral. Nobody was looking at her. Nobody was paying attention to him. First of all, she's 10 years old. Get the fuck off TikTok talking about some slime and shit. Make her a fucking kid's YouTube channel. How about that? Why would you put her on an app that grown folks can go and check her shit? No, there's a whole kids YouTube for that. You could have been doing her little tutorials, hair shit, slime shit, all that shit over on YouTube somewhere. TikTok is not the place, but yet here we are.
Ways. So it's always a compromise. No one's always going to agree, and you just have to do the best that you can as a parent to try to protect your kids, but also let them be creative.
Do the best to try to protect your kids, right? Did she do her best to try to protect her child, or did she leave it up to the nanny to do that? Oh, this was so great when I saw it. I said, oh my God. See, this is another reason why I say, when you feel some way, you feel some type of way, and you stick firmly in your opinion or in your truth or whatever it is how you feel, Whether people think you are right or wrong, stick to that. Stand behind how you feel. I'm telling you, a lot of people really don't be knowing what they're doing, and they just doing it because they live in a society where clicks and views and the numbers mean more than what's going to happen to their kids later on in life. I know y'all remember this same woman getting done talking about, oh, Kanye shenanigans are going to be way more far damaging than my sex tape ever will. And what did I say? What did I say to combat that? I said, hey, let's think about this real quick. Sex tape aside. Let's think about the decisions that you've made with your children, thinking that this was something that was okay or something that was cool, that would later damage them down the line because their mommy allowed it. So you mean Kanye shenanigans? You know, one of those shenanigans was him standing in front of this damn camera telling you this shit right here.
Let's get off the phone with Kim. I told her to stop antagonizing me with this TikTok thing. I said it's never
Look
again.
at these shenanigans.
I am her father. I know y'all don't respect fathers and the idea of family, and media tries to promote something. I said I am not allowing my daughter to be used by.
First of all, let me just say this real quick. I mentioned something very important. I said the thing about this is when her kids go back online and when they go search up their father's shenanigans, the one thing that they're gonna see beyond the wild shit he said or the Jewish shit he said, whatever she thinks is going to damage her kids, the one thing that they will see is how much they dad actually gave a shit about them. Let her go back and see what her dad did. Let her go back and see this video, and then let her go and see you talking about how you let the nanny make decisions for you. Let's see what's more damaging to your child. And I also said that given the environment, North isn't going to see anything wrong with this. She's going to think it's normal. And who knows if her mentality will change as she gets older and tries to, and sees that she didn't really want to do these things or be a part of it. But how else can we make sense of the situation without telling the truth about it? I was right. I'm glad I was right. I knew I was right the entire time. But people often take certain things and they apply it to their own lives, and they also be telling on themselves. A lot of women, grown women with kids, was sitting up there defending these actions, and I knew damn well those were the type to be out here doing some type of shit that the R. Kelly victims' parents was doing. I'm just saying. They come down from a long line of motherfuckers that use their kids to get ahead. We start with the ringleader, the mama. Shout out Kris Jenner, one of the most successful pimps in Hollywood history. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not trying to sit up here and be like, man, save those kids. They don't need no saving. They just need family members with common sense, man. They just need their mama to quit thinking that social media is the place for their kids to grow up at, instead of actually being involved in critical situations and in critical moments where you have to make a decision for your kid before they go off and present something to the world on the internet. Big lesson not to let your nanny make decisions for you either. I get it. You work a lot. I don't diss her for having a nanny. Don't let your nanny make big decisions for you though. Major decisions that involve your kids and what they should post on the internet. Talking about, oh, when I looked at the video and heard the lyrics, why didn't you listen to the lyrics before you even got? How you invite Ice Spice to be a part of your Skims campaign? Shout out to Ice Spice for getting that bag though. But how you invite Ice Spice to do your Skims line just based off the fact that your daughter played her music one day? That's how you know how disconnected she is from her kids, thinking that, oh, my daughter played an Ice Spice song, so that must be her favorite artist. That must be somebody she wants. No, you turns out you just used this as a way to try to connect with your daughter, didn't know what her real favorite artist was, don't really know what her favorite things are in the world. You just kind of throwing it up in the air, hoping that some shit sticks. Shit's crazy to me. Insane. Also, TikTok being a place where people struggle with their identity, especially grown folks, that's another reason why a child should not be operating that platform at all. I've seen so many people try to deal with real life traumas on TikTok. It's, first of all, it's embarrassing. And it's just sad. Because nobody actually really gives a fuck about your tears or your pain or the things that you went through in your personal life. They're just there to see people get emotional, and they there to see drama. They there to see the fuckery. People be begging for part 2s of some domestic violence videos and shit. Oh, where's part 2? We need to see part 2. People don't care. It's just entertainment. I'd be damned if I'm one of these people that pick up a goddamn camera and start filming myself crying for TikTok, talking about, oh, I'm so tired of this pain and this hurt, and I've been getting abused for 25. Nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing is going to come from that but numbers. I've seen people build whole TikToks off of a past relationship and basically making it to where they can tear down the person that they used to be with to try to encourage other women to feel good about themselves. Meanwhile, they don't feel good about themselves. How you gonna teach somebody to do some shit that you ain't even done yet? Y'all motherfuckers ain't healed. Y'all not strong enough to get over the shit, the traumas that y'all done been through over the past couple years. How y'all gonna teach somebody else to get past it? Get these kids off of TikTok. Please. I beg of you. Now, let's move forward. I got a couple more things I want to talk about. Cardi B started going viral last night because she found out that one of the family members of one of the billionaires who was stuck on that Titanic tourist submarine, which is fully out of here. And it's not funny. People lost their lives, regardless if you think it was unneeded or it was unnecessary and it was their fault for paying $250,000 for tickets to go on a fucking sinking battery. Then yeah, but at the same time, people still lost their lives. It's still a sort of sad situation. Now, Cardi B found out that one of the kids of these billionaires went on to go to a concert while the world was sitting and watching and waiting for updates about this lost submarine that had his billionaire stepdad on it. And this is what she had to say. Listen to her response to this.
That's missing on the water from that submarine shit. One of the billionaires, their stepson, is at a concert, right? At a Blink-182 concert. And people is like, well, what is he supposed to do? Be sad at the house? Is he supposed to go look for himself? Yes. You're supposed to be at the house sad. You're supposed to be crying for me. You're supposed to be right next to the phone waiting to hear any updates about me. You're supposed to be counseling your mom and shit. Like, isn't it sad that you a whole fucking billionaire and nobody gives a fuck about you? Like you missing and motherfuckers is ready to shake dicks at concert. That's crazy. I'd rather be broke. I'd rather be broke than and poor. But no.
This nigga said shake dicks. Oh man. All right. So who Cardi is talking about is this kid right here. This young white fellow, I don't know his name. He apparently went to a Blink-182 concert while this whole entire search was happening with his family, right? And he found out that Cardi had something to say, and he wanted to respond to this. Now, oh shit. I'm just gonna play it. I'm not gonna give y'all forewarning. Just listen.
So you take a complete bitch like Cardi B, has no idea what's going on.
Wait.
So you take a complete bitch like Cardi B. So you take a complete bitch like Cardi B.
Yeah. Yo, he was pissed. Hold on, man.
So you take a complete bitch like Cardi B, has no idea what's going on. Her career is so in such turmoil, she needs clout off other people's suffering. And she's like, he won't go help. Blah, blah, blah. He goes to a rock concert, this and that. Tries to use the situation to exploit, like the news. They're not like feeling sorry that my mom has to take care of 2 kids. Not really giving a fuck that my stepdad's probably 99% chance he's dead. That doesn't matter. Doesn't care how we feel. Just trying to like fucking make gains. People like trolling, getting hate mail, all these things. And it's just fucked up. And to have Cardi B behind it, Cardi B, like, fucking grow up, get some class. Like, you're tasteless. So you take a complete bitch.
Now, as funny as that was, for one, my guy, you sound like you are a 10-year-old in a 35-year-old's body. Number two, to talk about what somebody else who's not even attached to your family should care about while you were at a concert is asinine. I don't give a fuck what people think about Cardi B and her opinion. Hey, if anybody, now I'm going to tell you right now, if anybody you know, if you heard that their family member, their stepdad or their stepmom or their mom or their dad or aunt, anybody's close family member, if they were in this situation, do you think you would have the energy to go to a concert to try to enjoy yourselves while you don't even know if they're alive or not? That's crazy to me. Maybe we're just different. I don't know about people's coping mechanisms, but coping by paying for concert tickets to go and have fun while motherfuckers is actively lost at sea, and while you saying that your mother now has to take care of her 2 kids by herself, you didn't give a fuck about your mom. You said, hey, I hope you don't cry too much. I'm about to go to this Blink-182 concert with the homies, and we're going to have a good time. I'll be back later. Let me know if there's any updates. I heard there was some banging that the Coast Guard got, so I guess be hopeful about that. See you later, Mom. White kids are crazy, man. I'm sorry. And it's just like, this is like the stereotypical, like, white kid rant, spoiled white kid rant. How am I going to cope with what's happening unless I go to a Blink-182 concert, Mom? I mean, I'm just over here sad. I don't want to just sit here sad waiting on a phone call to let us know that he's dead. I mean, he's pretty much dead. There's no way they're going to get him. I might as well continue to live my life and go to this Blink-182 concert, Mom. That's insane. That's quite insane. And fuck this guy. This guy's waiting on a settlement. Now, I don't know how close he was with his stepdad, because, you know, given the fact that most of these guys really don't even like their real parents, I doubt that he gave a shit about his stepdad. But yeah. I'm going to leave that where it's at. Now, something interesting happened last night that I want to get to before we get out of here. Like I said, I'm not going to hold y'all long today. Today is not going to be a long show. Something interesting happened last night. Last week, you know, Corey Holcomb said some things about Boyce Watkins. And he didn't just say it just to say it. It wasn't a usual, hey, I got somebody on my mind, let me talk shit about him. It was because Boyce went out of his way to make a comment about Corey. And Corey saw that comment and decided to respond on his show. And because his show is a type that clips go out from multiple places, of course, the word will get out. And the word got back to Dr. Boyce Watkins, and he decided he wanted to respond to Corey via IG. Now, before I play you his response, let me refresh your memory on some of what Corey had to say and why he said it.
This ass nigga named Boyce Watkins.
Where do I know that?
Exactly. He's not memorable.
I've seen it.
I've heard of that.
I feel like I've seen him come in like
I met the
some-
whole ass nigga at Zoe's show, where he shook my hand and everything. And he left a comment on Willie D page talking about, first time I met him, I didn't like him.
I seen that comment.
Now this is a cake ass nigga who has had employees of his say he f***ed over them with their money. Cause everybody wanna make Corey the bad guy. Like Corey ain't shit. He got employees that say he f***ed them over with money. But this is the Boyce Watkins moment I want every real nigga to watch. Watch Boyce Watkins propose to old girl online. It is the most pathetic shit you ever seen in life. You know when you...
Check this out, brother. So that night, I went home and I wrote in my journal, and I still have these words written down. I wrote, today I met the most beautiful woman in the world. And so here it is 20-some years later, and I still think you're the most beautiful woman in the world. And so I thought that it would be cool to come to this very spot where I first met you.
Yes.
And get on my knee.
Oh, boys.
And say, Alicia, Table McLaughlin X, I've loved you so much since I first met you. I think you give me life.
After a week went by, Boyce decided to respond via Instagram by posting this. Pay attention. Comedian Corey Holcomb helps us know the difference between a black man. Stall me out. I'm gonna let you hear my reporter skills real quick. I'm about to have me, reporter GMS, tell y'all what he said back to Corey. Listen to this. And a so-called real nigga. He also attached this caption to the post saying, Corey Holcomb is an example of the fact that black people have been fooled into thinking that losers are winners. He's a man who said he wishes death on the mother of his child. He is also a comedian, which unfortunately makes him a clown. The world loves to see the black man as a little boy, a little girl, a criminal, or a clown. What they do not want to see is the black man as intelligent or loving our women. I share this clip because I'm tired of us seeing ourselves as niggas, and it's time for us to start seeing ourselves as men. I am very proud to love a black woman in public because we have too many rascally Negroes who've grown comfortable disrespecting black women as a collective. What the fuck is rascally Negroes? Will somebody explain to me in the chat what the hell rascally Negroes mean? And proudly running it. Like, I know what rascals and like I know the gist of rascally, but like, who puts that in the sentence? To the arms of women who embarrass us, harm us, steal our money, and destroy us. Black men over the age of 32 have no excuse. If you always look at yourself as ignorant, backward, lacking, and as a child, you will forever be seen as the beta male to the white man's alpha. It's time to put that silliness to an end. Sincerely, Dr. Boyce Watkins. He also took to his comment section to say, I proudly love my wife. Black men need to see this instead of the backwards Negroes they love to put on TV. We need our black women, and we also need our families, period. There were also some 5150 fans in the comment section. One of them said, I hate this, because in my eyes, y'all both speak real talk on two different sides of the spectrum, which is needed and necessary. Somebody get Ja Rule on the phone so he can make sense of this. Boyce responded by saying, when he wished death on his child's mother, that's when I learned we are not the same. And lastly, somebody said, Boyce, you better cool out. You don't want those kind of problems. 5150 don't play. To which Boyce replied, neither do I. Now, first problem that I have with what he said in response. First of all, take your problem up with Corey Holcomb, the guy that was clowning you, calling you Boyce Watkins and all types of shit, clowning how you proposed to your wife and making you out to look like a simp. Go at him. The fact that people try to take the easy route and be like, oh, comedians are this and that, to try to downplay comedians. And then somebody called it out. Somebody called it out in his comments, was like, oh, you just gonna diss all comedians and try to call all comedians clowns when you know that's not the case? Of course, Boyce is gonna say, well, Dave Chappelle is the only exception. Get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here. Quit eating Dave's nuts. Stand on what you saying because you mad at what Corey said and how he had people go to that fucking video of you proposing to your wife and start clowning you. And on top of that, it wasn't just people clowning him for that. It was the wedding pictures. Somebody brought it up to me today. There was a wedding picture of him, his wife, and Willie D. Not only was the first picture I saw of his wife closer to Willie D holding on to him while she was a little bit more separated from her husband, her newly husband on their wedding day, but also the picture of her looking up at Willie D, biting her bottom lip. Y'all ain't seen that? You can go look it up. You can go look it up if you want to. But that's an easy scapegoat. Trying to call all comedians clowns and then try to, move the goalposts and be like, oh, we need to do this and that. No, man. If Dr. Boyce Watkins was the sensible, common sense having man that he is with the doctor in front of his goddamn name, he would have told his followers why Corey said what he said. Now, this was a tactic, I think a malicious tactic, to try to get Corey to go out here and look crazy to the public. I know there was a few people in the comment section that called it out like, hey, hold on, he was responding to something you said, but everybody's not going to see that. And it's easy for the people on the outside that don't pay attention to Corey or 5150 to hate him off of the things that they see him say if they only play the clip of him talking shit. But if people don't know the origin or why he talked shit in the first place, they just gonna think he was talking about you out of nowhere. No, explain, Boyce. Explain that you went out of your way to say something about Corey and he responded to it. He ain't play that part. So while we're sitting here talking about getting back to what black men should be like, how about not putting up something to only make a black person look bad and give full context to what actually happened? Now, it's going to be interesting to see how this unfolds because, it's one thing to try to, bring this to we need to get men to love women again and do this and that. It's easy to do that, to try to downplay it, move the goalposts. But one thing that's not going to fly is the attempt to slander and to try to make somebody out to be something that you want them to be to the public because you don't like them. And that goes both ways. We've seen it with not just Boyce, but we've also seen it on the side of Corey too, with some of the people he doesn't like. We got to keep it real in that way. Now, it's going to be interesting to see what comes from this. It's going to be interesting to see what, Corey might have to say next week, but we'll get to there when we get there. Now, like I said, I wasn't going to hold y'all long today. Today was the show to prove a point. Once again, I want to say to the nigga out there, you a bitch ass nigga and you know it. You always been one. You just had to show me, and I'm glad you did. Nigga tried to argue with me about some kids, and you ain't even got no kids. If you ain't got no kids, shut the fuck up when you hear niggas with kids talking about some kid shit and talking about being a parent, you stupid motherfucker. If you have not bared a seed, stay out of the conversations when parents talking about what the fuck is going on with these kids, you stupid motherfucker. Man, if I ever see this nigga, I ain't even gonna say nothing, man. I just want to slap the shit out of him. I just want to slap the shit out of him, man. Oh, disrespectful ass cockazoid. GMS fam, the green room. It's been a dope show today. I'm glad y'all pulled up. I want y'all to enjoy the rest of y'all motherfucking Thursday. I'm going to see y'all tomorrow for 3Gs. I'm back to it. We going to get back to that 3G shit, man. So I need y'all to pull up tomorrow night, 8 p.m. You don't want to miss it. Shout out to my GMS fam. New music is on the way. Can't wait. New visuals. All that good shit. Put a GMS in the chat. Let's go. Oh, yo. Hey, yo. Breaking news. Breaking news. Breaking fucking news. The Washington Wizards are finalizing a deal to send Chris Paul to the Golden State Warriors for a package that includes Jordan Poole and a future draft assets per ESPN. Chris Paul is going to the Warriors. Holy moly. Breaking news. That boy Chris Paul is going to Golden State. Shite. I ain't seen it. That shit's crazy. It's going to be interesting to see how that works out, man. I cannot wait to see how that works out. They may get more dangerous or they may not, but we will see. We will see. All right, GMS fam. Like I said, smoke something if you got it. Enjoy the rest of y'all Thursday. Kick it with your fam. Do what you got to do. Get to the money. You know what time it is. GMS fam, the green room, it's been real. We out.